Welcome to video lecture on Computer Communication Network Laboratory. Myself, Dr. Siddhingappa Gowda Biradar, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication, DSATM, Bangalore.
Hi, now I'll show the second experiment. What is that second experiment here is in computer network lab, that is implementation of a 4 node point to point network with link N0 to N2, N1 to N2 and N2 to N3. There should be a TCP agent connecting between N0 to N3, UDP between N1 to N3. You should calculate the total number of packets that are received between TCP and UDP. That is what, change the parameter and determine the number of packets sent by the TCP UDP. This is quite similar to that of the first experiment, and here the only difference between the first experiment and second experiment here is we are using a UDP protocol. UDP is a connectionless protocol, TCP is a connection oriented protocol, wherein which whenever you send any packet through TCP protocol you will get a acknowledgement. Let's see how to do this implementation using NSG. Here we are using again a NSG. Just double click on this, then go to the scenario, wired scenario. It's a wired program, same as that of the first experiment. Let's see the network. This is the second experiment, wherein which we can see that the network is quite similar to the first experiment. Here implementation a 4 node point to point. I have created a 4 nodes, N0 to N3 nodes, that is, and with a link N0 to N2. There is a connection from N0 to N2. They have said that you need to connect a between N0 to N2, then N1 to N2 and N2 to N3. Apply a TCP agent. We need to apply a TCP agent between N0 to N3. This is a node N0. I need to apply a TCP agent. So I have connected a TCP, this to FTP, and I need to connect this TCP agent to the destination. So I have created, there is a, that is TCP sync at N3 here, and I joined this agents TCP node to sync and connect UDP between N1 to N3. There is a UDP connection between N1 to N3. Change the parameter and determine the number of packets sent by the TCP and UDP. Here you need to find the number of packets sent by the TCP and UDP. In this network you can see that, as I said in the first program, FTP is a one protocol which we call it as a file transfer protocol, which will be present at the application layer. Its intention is to generate a packet and give to the TCP protocol. TCP protocol, whatever the packet that are generated by FTP, to that packet it adds a extra information, or we can also call it as a control information, that is source address, destination address, sequence number, label, that all it is going to add, flow label. Next here in N1, same way, instead of TCP we are using a UDP protocol. UDP protocol, to this CBR is connected. CBR and FTP are the file generators, or you can say packet generators. Those FTP as well as CBR are also called as the traffic generators. These two are present at the application layer, whereas TCP and UDP are present at the transportation layer. Then N0 is connected to N2, N1 is connected to N2, N2 is connected to N3. Here TCP node is connected to sync here. Why we are doing connection here is because whatever the packet that are received by the node N0, it has to send the acknowledgement back. That's why there is a connection from here to here. As two sources are there, two sinks we have connected. Whenever you use a UDP, you need to use a null. You can't use UDP with a sync or UDP with a FTP. So this is a standard notation here. If you want to use a UDP protocol, you need to connect UDP with the CBR. If you want to use a TCP, TCP with the FTP. Then if you are using a destination as a TCP sync for TCP protocol, null you have to use for the UDP. This is a standard notation, you can't change it. So let's implement this network in NSGN. Just double click on this, so it's already opened here. I will create a network same as that, N0, N1, N2, N3. N0, N1, N2, N3. In order to create this node, you should be placed at in a node option. Now once if you create a node, just create a link connection. This is what the link connection. After creating a link, you need to make a source. In order to make a source, you need to connect a TCP. Then here we need to connect a UDP. Two different sources, one is TCP and UDP. Then we need to connect a TCP sync. Then null. And we need to join these two. If you want to join these two agents, you should be always in a agent mode only. You can't join if you are in a other mode. You can see that you can't join here. You can't join the if you are between, see here, you can't join it, right? You should be in agent mode only, then only you can join it, right? Now you have joined the UDP to null, TCP to, we have to add the file transfer protocol FTP. Here it's a CBR, right? So this is all about the second experiment, network connection. Default the parameters like propagation, delay, queuing size, as well as the bandwidth will be assigned by the software. And again we need to change the file name, because as you are doing a experiment, multiple experiment, so if you don't save, it will save in this default file name as out only. Chances are that once if you do second experiment, third experiment, fourth experiment, file may get overwritten. So better we change the file name here. This is what the TCL script. In this TCL script you can go through this. Whatever the network we have created, that is the same thing here you have. So here this is a create NS simulator. This is a command set NS. NS is a variable or a object we can say that is used to create the network simulator. These two commands will help you to generate a TR file. As you execute .tcl file, you will get a two files, .nam and .tr. .nam is to see the animation, .tr is a resultant file through which we analyze the result. These two files will help you to create the nam file, which will help you to see the animation. Same way here, 4 nodes we have created initially. These are the commands that are used to create a 4 nodes. And as I said, duplex link, if you have a connection, there is a N0 connection to N2, N0 to N2 connection, 100 MB bandwidth is there, 10 milliseconds of delay, drop tail is 50 here. This is what the default value that is assigned between the two nodes. And this is a position where you have placed the node. Once if you create a link, then you need to connect a agent, that is TCP NOT is a agent that is connected, attach agent N0 is attached to TCP here. Then sync is there, sync we have connected to N3. Here you can see sync 2 is connected to N3. Then connect TCP, we have made a connection here. You can see that TCP NOT is connected to TCP NOT is connected to sync 2 and packet size is set. Similarly UDP also, UDP is connected to N1 and null is created, null is connected to attached to N3. Then we are connecting UDP1 to the N3. Packet size is again 1500. You can see there start time, we are starting at 1 second, 2 second. This we need to modify. So we'll see that, we'll save this file first, then we'll modify the necessary data here. Now I am going to save this file. So I will save this file in the folder which I have created, that is C. I'll go to C, Cygwin, right. lab program C. Here I have already created a folder. Now I will rename this file name as program2 program2.tcl. Now I have saved the file. Let's minimize this. Let's check we have saved the file or not. C, go to C, Cygwin, then lab program C. You can see this is a file which I have created and saved it. I said you need to make certain changes. What all that certain changes you need to make here is the start time and stop time. We will give 49. So always try to give more time, because if you give less time, the number of packet received will be less here. If you give more time, you can have a more number of packet. That is only the big difference. So here you just change the time as because 1 second, if you have a 1 second difference, you will not get more number of packet received here. Then after saving, you need to, after editing, you need to save. Always stop time should be more than the packet generation time. Here 1 to 49 source, that is TCP packet starts generating from 1 to 49 and it is going to end at 49, and next 50 to 100 UDP packets will generate. This is all about the second experiment. Now I need to execute this program. Remaining is all same as that first experiment. We'll execute here, then again go to Cygwin, just type cd space dot dot, then again cd space dot dot. Here I have saved a file in the folder lab program, so I will enter into that folder by using a command cd lab program dot ls. Here I have my file program2.cl. I will run that program2.cl, ns program2.tcl. right, I am executing the program. It takes some time here because 100 times I have given. Right, this is a error. Why? Because in Windows 10 you can't see the animation, that is NAM, through the Cygwin. So you need to install NAM file software. This is a NAM software which is easily available in internet. You can just Google download nam.exe, or you can watch my first video, you will come to know. Next here, after executing, let's check. Initially there was only one folder, one file, program2.tcl. Next you can see that there are two other files that are generated. Same way here also in program2 file, the first column is the event column, plus it tells you to the entering packet into the buffer. Between two nodes there will be a buffer. Why we create a buffer? Because in order to have a flow control, the node entering into that buffer we call it as a positive, node going out of that buffer we call it as a negative. Once it goes out of the node, then it out of the buffer, then it has to reach the destination. So between N0 to N2 there will be one buffer, between N1 to N2 there will be one buffer, N2 to 3 and N2 to N3 there will be one more buffer. At each link there will be a buffer. The node that sends a packet first enters the buffer, then from there it will enter into the N2. There is a proper flow control here, because if you don't have a flow control, then all the packets that are sent to node destination load, as it can't handle many number of packet, it start dropping the packet. That's why buffer is used. Buffer helpful in order to have a flow control. Second column tells the time here. Third column tells you about from where the packet is going, that is 3 to 2, 2 to 3. Fourth column gives the destination, from where it is sent. Third column where it is reaching. Fourth column. TCP is a type of packet. We are using a TCP protocol. TCP packet 1540 packet is what is received at the destination. Then here let's see that we are using two protocols, TCP as well as UDP. If you use a TCP, you are going to get acknowledgement. If you are using a UDP, you are not going to get the acknowledgement. You can see that initially TCP packets are sent here, that is we have assigned a time 1 to 49. Let's say we have any, you can see that After around 50 seconds the packet starts, CBR packets are going to start, that is UDP packets. CBR packets always it is having a default 1000, even though you have mentioned here 1540 packet size, but it considers as a 1000 packet size, 1000 byte packet size. Why? Because the default value of the CBR packet here is 1000. So you can also remove this one and you can save it, run, there is no any problem, it will take the default value. So here 1000 is a packet size of the CBR. You can see there is no any acknowledgement present here, as it is, as I said, it's connectionless oriented protocol, you don't have any wireless, that is acknowledgement back to the source. Here only will have a acknowledgement if you are using a TCP protocol. This is all about the TR file. Our main intention is to calculate received packet, from which type of packet we are considering, and size. Fine. Now we'll go to the second, that is we'll create a AWK script. So same as that of first experiment, first AWK script, I will create it here and I will name it as F2. Right, this is a second AWK script. Let's go here, same way A, B, third is a destination. We need to find what are the total number of packet received. You'll get a total number of packet received. But here one problem we are facing here is we need to calculate UDP packets also. This is a program AWK script with the only TCP packet. How to calculate here is same way. You have seen the image here. The first part here is TCP is connected, N0 to N3, TCP is connected, sync is connected, FTP. So whatever the packet that are received at N2 is the packet that are sent from N0 to N2 is the packet that are sent from N2 to N3. That is the meaning here. So I will assign a third column here, third column 0 and 2 here, means it is between N0 to N2, whatever the packet sent, those packets are sent to the destination. And here TCP is there, TCP have used and packet size. So this is the correct one. Next here, I no need to use this one because we will remove this, because we need to calculate the number of sent packets only. Remove it, right, this as well as this. Now here this first one will give the number of sent packets, that is from N0 to N2 you are sending a packet, those packets are sent to N2. So here received packets are, received packet at N2 is a packet sent to N3. Then N1 packet, received packet, destination is second node, that is router, but here you need to change it as a CBR. Why? Because you can see there in TR file UDP packets are defined by the, initially TCP packets are defined by TCP, UDP packets are defined by CBR. CBR is nothing but a constant bit rate. Whatever the packet that are transmitted, it is having a constant fixed packet size, that is fifth column CBR. What is the packet size here is 1000 here, you need to mention here 1000. So most of the student make the mistake here, they forget to mention the packet size. Always whenever you want to create or modify AWK script, you should compare it with the TR file. This is what all about the AWK script. Then what are the total packets that are sent, this is what you are going to get it. This is the first second experiment. In this they have said how many number of packets sent. They said us to calculate total number of packets sent by the TCP and UDP. We are going to check the number of packets sent by the N0 node and N1 node. As N1 node is connected to UDP, N0 node is connected to TCP. That's why 0 to 2, 0 to 2 will define TCP here. N1 to N2 will define column 3 and 4, source and destination. It will define UDP CB. Now here I will calculate the number of packet that are sent to the destination. That will end the second experiment. Let's see here. ls, so I have stored the program in lab. Fine. And this the file name I have given is program2 ns program2.tcl. I will run the file. This is a error. Why we get error? Same as NAM, you can see can't run in Cygwin, so you need to install a software or just download it. Just open here, then you can check out the transmission of packet from the source. First TCP packets are transmitted from 1 second. You can see there 1 second. The acknowledgement are reaching back to the node 0, that is source from N3. After certain period of time, that is after 50 seconds, you can see UDP packets are transmitted. If you want to have a fast process, you can drag this one. Now you can see that packets are moving from N1 to N3, that is UDP packets. You can see you don't see any acknowledgement coming out from the N3 and reaching N1. So only TCP protocol packets, if you transmit, you are going to get a acknowledgement because it's a connection oriented protocol. Let's see the AWK script result. Right here I will run the AWK script file. AWK-F, what is a file name of AWK script? 1 minute, check. It's a AWK-F packet 2.awk space p2. So this shows the number of packets that are sent. Here you can see N0, total number of data packets sent at N0 or received at N0 by node 0. Node 0 is what? We are connected to TCP. So these many number of packets it has sent. Then total number of data packets sent at node 2 means received at node 2 by node 1. Node 1 is connected to UDP, that is CVR it is connected. It is sending 6,249 packets. So totally these number of packets it has sent from the source. This is what the second experiment, that is what you need to calculate. Here they have clearly mentioned determine the number of packets sent by the TCP and UDP. Next, what all you can do here is you can again change the timing here. They are not specified as like in the first experiment you need to change bandwidth only. You can change the time period here. You can make 1 to 30 second and here 40 to 100 second, or you can also change the bandwidth here, make it as a 500, 700, 900. Queue size also you can change. After changing, save it, then run the program same as previous thing what we have done, then calculate the value using AWK script. This is all about the second experiment. Please like the video and share it. Thanks for watching the video.